Hello and welcome everyone to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today we go on Gruul Landfall. We saw Crokeyz playing this deck, and I think Autumn, Burchett and other players also tried this deck. This is Crokeyz version, it's a bit different, and the way you figure it out if it's Crokeyz version, it's actually the Mace My Tome in the sideboard, one of my favorite cards, and I think he loves it as well. So the deck is pretty simple. You try to overrun your opponent as good as you can, win with aggression, and that's what this deck does really well. So let's go over the cards and then we talk about sideboard. So first of all, we have adventure cards. So we play Edgewall Innkeeper as a 4-off. It's a 1-1 that draws a card if you cast an adventure card. And we play Bonecrusher Giant and Lovestruck Beast. In the sideboard we also have 2 adventure additionally, but yeah, there's definitely nice to draw. And on top of that, the 1-1 also works really nice with the Lovestruck Beast as well. Then we play a 4-off Stonecoil Serpent. This is a good card for aggression. It has trample and reach, and also really nice, it has protection from multicolor, so you can actually go through an Omnath sometimes. Yeah, X 0/0 and power and toughness, the amount of mana you spend. Then probably the best removal spell in the game, Primal Might, X and green. We can pay X, a creature get +X/+X until the end of turn, and we can make it fight another creature. So this is a removal and a buff in one. It's really decent. 2 Scavenging Ooze main, just a good card overall, works against graveyard strategies. There's a lot of rogues around, also you can see Crokeyz sometimes. I like to have 2 in the main, there could be 1, 3, it depends on the meta, right? But right now there's 2. Brushfire Elemental, 2 mana, 1/1, haste. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which is really important. There's so many cards like Edgewall Innkeeper, 1/1 tokens, rogues, Cobra, like there are many cards around that actually have power 2 or less. So this actually has a lot of cases where it just attacks face. And Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Then we also have Shatterskull Smashing, a land and a removal spell. We can pay X and do damage to two targets. That's either a creature or planeswalker for X, and if X is 6, we can actually do more. Then the adventures, Bonecrusher Giant, 3 mana 4/3, and Lovestruck Beast, 3 mana 5/5. Here we can create a 1/1 token. It can only attack if we have a 1/1 token, and Bonecrusher Giant, just the 2 damage, a removal spell and a creature that's an adventure. It's really, really strong. Also 3 mana 4/3 is just amazing. This card is just, Bonecrusher Giant is just so good. Then we play Kazandu Mammoth, 3 mana 3/3, a landfall creature that is also a land itself. When a land comes in the battlefield, this one gets also +2/+2 until the end of turn. Then Gemrazer. So Gemrazer, 4 mana for 4 reach trample is already solid, right? We can mutate it for 3, and we can destroy an artifact or an enchantment. You see a lot of artifacts or enchantment, even if it's a Clover. Like Clover is obviously the main target for this, but there's also sometimes Doom. There can be opponent Stonecoil Serpents. There are cards you definitely want to target with this, and I think Gemrazer is a really good card right now. It works also really great with Serpent, with Ooze, with other cards. Also nice on the Elemental, since it can be blocked by a creature with power 2 less, it still applies to it. Then we go here to the last slot. We have 3 Embercleaves just to get over the target. It's really nice. It's always that card where it makes opponent fear, oh, there could be something. And we run 1 Great Henge in the main. It's just really amazing with the Lovestruck Beast and with the Mammoth, since we can give this one easy 5/5. And we play lands to back this up even more. We play 4 Fabled Passage and 2 Evolving Wilds, which gives you 2 land triggers in 1 turn, which makes a Brushfire Elemental a 5/5 and a Mammoth a 7/7. So basically this would only cost 2 mana. And yeah. Then we also have Turntimber Symbiosis. It's just a land that also has a good effect in the late game. So this is the main. It's really straightforward. As I said, there are multiple things you can do. Gemrazer on Stonecoil Serpent is pretty good. Also Lovestruck Beast for 3 mana is a 5/5, so you can fight for 0, and Primal Might is really strong. There are just many combination, or like just the Landfall with the Henge, or Embercleave is also really good. Embercleave works really well with those cards. Yeah, so this is the main. Let's go to sideboard. Sideboard we have 2 Chainweb Arachneer. This is mainly for rogues, and you basically only play it there, or if they want to mill you, it's a good card. Yeah, because when it comes to the play, it does damage to a flyer, and we can escape it for 5, and we can actually do 3 damage to a flyer, and that's mostly all. Then Ember Shieldbreaker, 2 adventure, and it deals with artifacts. So this is a card we use against Clover. Scavenging Ooze, it's nice to have a 4 against the rogues, it's also nice against control decks, and sometimes in creature matchups it's also really nice. 2 Mace Mind Tome, this is for the real grind. If there's a deck where we need to grind, and mostly against control, against Grixis control, we bring in Mace Mind Tome, it really looks counterintuitive. I tried this in my other Gruul list from Crokeyz and it worked really well. I mean, he was number 1 with it, and I can understand if you don't like it, I like it, but I just think it's a really good card. I mean, Oakhame Adversary, it's just a card. 4 mana, 2/3, okay, but it costs 2 less if they have a green permanent, so it's 2 mana, 2/3 with Death Touch. That does you draw a card if it does damage. Usually play this against green-based creature decks. It also is okay against Omnath, obviously, and it works fine against. It works okay against Clover. Then here we have Vivian, 5 mana, Planeswalk, 5 mana, 3. You can see the top of your library, and if it's a creature, you can play it. That's the passive. We can create beasts each turn that are 3/3, and you can give that reach, trample, or vigilance. And yeah, -2, you can play creature, search another creature from your library that has less CMC, and that's basically Vivian. So it's a card that grinds really well. It's a good card against control. You want to have it against control. Then we have the Great Henge. It's just another 2 if you need the grind matchup. Sometimes there are just matchups you want to grind. Henge is not the best card against control. It's okay, but not the best card. This is something where you want to see if you play against mono green or if you play against like an auto creature based deck where just both sides have their creatures and you try just to overcome it. Since you have Embercleave, you usually have the edge there. So yeah, this is why we have another 2 Great Henges here. Hope you like the deck. I had a lot of fun playing the deck. We played 3 games. The first one we won. The second one was against Omnath Clover, where I lost 2-1. I think I had a bit of a bad draw, but I also maybe made some mistakes. I could have went for different lines. I went the risky lines and I didn't pay off, sadly, multiple times in a row. And the third game we won as well against a party deck, I think. And yeah, we positioned around number 180 in Mythic right now. So yeah, check out the games. I have an outro in the end. Please please push the subscribe. Okay, I try this again. Please click on the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Bye. Let's go. We can play first, which is nice. Oh, that's an easy keep. Easiest keep of my life. Yep. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Everything what we want. Turn 1, we go with the Lovestruck Beast here. I mean, an easy start, right? Okay. Well, we just played that yesterday. Don't know yet what it is though. Let's go in. So we have Lovestruck Beast and Embercleave after that, which is really nice. Yeah, it looks like just what we played yesterday on stream. And the good old Lovestruck Beast. So next turn we have a huge turn. We have 2/5/5 attacking. So they basically need a Skyclave Apparition here, otherwise they're just gonna get hit a lot. Here we go. Here we go. Well, we're just gonna drop the Evolving Wilds. That's a really ambitious attack. So, well, it's a tough turn. I can go for Lovestruck Beast again. Or I try the Embercleave on the Brushfire Elemental. But I think it's the weakest turn. I think the best turn is playing the Lovestruck Beast actually. So this way we also have this up next turn if we need it. But having Embercleave here is the best. Oh, there's a rat. There's a rat. Did not see that one coming. But yeah, 5-6 is pretty huge. Okay, so how do we do this? We definitely want to Embercleave here. We shock the Shatterskull Smashing in. We attack with all, and then we're gonna see, depending on how opponent decides to do it. I mean, this telegraphs the Embercleave like nothing else, right? It's what it is. We also have 2 damage, which is really important, I think. Okay. If that's the block, it doesn't actually matter. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I think the Battery Lieutenant is a problem. Like, multiple cards are a problem here. That was the best block by far. I will lose the 1-1 after this, but I have this as a 1-1. I kinda need to get rid of this, even though there's a token. I think So this becomes 6-6, which puts 6 damage in. Can push 8. Okay, I think I'll Bonecrush the operation here. Gives me another 3-3, and I can keep my 1-1. Since there's first strike, this applies first, and this dies. I think this was the correct play here. So we have a 6-6 Embercleave, a 3-3, and a 1-1, and they have 4 life. Looks good to me. Looks like an okay position, because now you need to deal with the Lovestruck Beast, but I still have a 4-4 trample double strike. So this is what I mean. Now you need to deal with this. Yeah, okay. If they didn't have anything, that would have been game. They have to block with everything. And we get another 3-3 here. 2 life left. Hand side, maybe maybe shooting face there would have been better, seeing now there's 2 life, but I think overall this was correct. Okay, so we play against this can become really grindy. Like, this type of matchup really can be grindy. I do not like this one on the draw. This is something I always take on the draw with this type of deck. We like all the removal spell. We like to be grindy. We can cut the land easily here. Preferably this one. I'd rather have an extra red here, even though we go for green. Having the red here just gives me access on itself, and it's better against their deck. I know that you can cut the Mammoth. 18, 12, 23 lands, 24, which is still fine. We need one more cut. The Ooze is good late game. I mean, they have the Skycliffe operation, but this is a creature-based matchup, so we trade a lot. I think I'm gonna cut the second Mammoth, since in mono green on the draw in those type of matchups, we tend to cut it as well. And sideboard wise, I will go the same route here. So yeah, going for this. We keep this. We have a removal. We have a cheap adversary if we need it. And this works for Henge if they have it. So I think I keep this. We're gonna tap this in here. No turn 1 creature makes us happy. So we have a Bonecrusher Giant that deals with a creature without them having another creature. I could make this a 1-1, but let me put down the They must a bit. Okay, so we can deal with this card now, which I think is really good. This can get out of hand, and we do not like this. I mean, I could have played this one as well, but really not happy to see this. Another Ooze. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. I think we try to curve. And then we try double spelling. Because this is a 4-3 and the ramp through or something like this is the only card. The fight spell usually goes our favors here. They only have one. Okay, never mind. They have 2 white. So they can play a Skyclave Apparition. But at least nothing goes in the graveyard, so it's fine. There could be a ramp through. Yeah. So, a Primal Might. So now, hindsight, I should have played this card, right? Since I take 6 damage here, if I would have played this, it wouldn't happen. So this is a misplay. We take those. They happen. Here, I want a double spell. I could go Serpent, but it's no need yet. Serpent Gemrazer is still a thing. So we can actually react to a potential Henge drop. But they need a bigger Ooze and more mana. And Embercleave with Adversary is really good. Like, really good. If they would attack here, we would take it. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's hard to deal with. Well, we have to get rid of this. Yep. As long as this is bigger than this and there's no creature, we're actually good. So we need to survive this turn. If they have another one of those, it's gonna be tricky. Since we have to force the block. Yeah, we have to force the block again. It's no fun. As long as we have Serpents, it's okay. But there will be a point where it's not okay anymore. Yeah. This one is important. We need to play a 1/1 Serpent at least. That Ooze is big. How good is drawing 2 cards here? I think I actually double spell. So I can make a 1/1 and a Mammoth, and then if I draw a land I can Henge, but that sucks. So we're gonna play the Cleave here. Just to draw 2 cards. And then we need to hope there's no removal spell. Primal Might is really good. So we're gonna use Primal Might here. It's just way better. Death Touch is really good. So now we have 7. The board state looks nice. I can see myself play this, then I draw land as a 5/5. Yeah, no, we played as a land here. So Henge with double Serpent is really good, especially on a clear board if we have Ooze. We have 2 creatures here, 3 creatures, that's 3 life as well. Apparition. Well, it's definitely not a bad card. Equip is 4, so they cannot equip this turn. Six here, 6/6 here makes the Henge 3 mana. Well, that was a pretty good draw. Sometimes I'm actually shocked how this works out so well. Well, yeah. Not much you can do. It's a bad draw. I mean, if they don't top deck a removal here, we can still survive this, especially with the Henge. And we have Embercleave on the Stonecoil Serpent, which is really good. If they top deck literally another Skyclave Apparition here, I will be shocked. Well, it's Henge into Embercleave. It's not exactly lethal, but they have to block with both. Which is really good. I mean, we get at least 1 creature back. They go on 1. We get a creature and we have the Henge here, which is nice. I mean, it doesn't trigger the Henge, but we get another blocker at least. Yeah, this is hard. I mean, if they get the Apparition, they still lose. They need a good double spell, like a really good double spell. They need Apparition into fight. 1 land is not enough. So we want this. This GG. Okay, so that was a good game, and yeah, worked out well. So let's go next game. We cannot keep this hand. Yeah. Yeah, we keep this. It doesn't even matter which one of those. Keep. This one is better than this, but I want to use this turn 1. Should I snake turn 1? I think I snake turn 1 here. It depends what they play, obviously. But I have a potential snake into Gemrazer, which looks like the correct play now. It's a mirror. Oh, okay, no. Well, Gemrazer even looks way better now as well. Clover here is a bit annoying, especially since it's on the play. This is really dangerous. I hope they just have nothing. Yeah, they have the best opening so far. So if we dodge anything, it's good. White, okay, I'm happy about white. Green would be really nice. Okay. Well, at least we get rid of Clover. So this worked out well. I was scared of a Bonecrusher or a potential bounce from the Borer, but This is okay. I can live with this. Bonecrusher to deal with an Edgewall Innkeeper, so they cannot catch up cards. It's okay. If they have a passage here, obviously it's not cool. The life gain is just ridiculous, that's for sure. Should we play Bonecrusher like this? Keep the 1/1 up? I think it's actually this. We need to push as much damage as we can. I think having this here is kind of okay. I don't think they have a Bonecrusher because they would have used it before, right? Escape, okay. Well, that's bad. Depending on how they play it here. So having that Lovestruck Beast here is nice, but yeah, I mean, if they have the Omnath like this, it's not easy. Okay, I respect that. Okay. They have only one red, which is at least fine. I wonder how they're gonna play it here. They maybe keep the land though. Okay, that's actually the best case scenario, which I don't know why they did that. I mean, that Omnath life gain is just absolutely ridiculous and keeps the opponent in the game. So that's no fun. They can easily get... What could they get here? I mean, do you wish here? Or do you try to kill both 1/1 tokens? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played both. That was a mistake. I basically need to top deck one now. Okay. That's fine. As you see, we are really happy about the situation here. Omnath is a really balanced card, like, it's just, yeah. It was a mistake to play it here. Omnath is so cool. At this point, it's really hard to win this. Like, Embercleave is the only chance, but they have bounce and... That's a lot. It's a lot going on there. They can also play the Beanstalk Giant. Why would they always want this? This is so awkward. Okay. I mean, they don't have to, yeah. Can I win this? I don't think so. Yeah, we go next. This is just... They had basically the nuts. Yeah, this was the nuts. This was the best hand possible, so... I mean, it's fine, right? This is a good card. Against them we have to be really fast. Don't like the Ooze. Ooze is too fast of a target. Need to cut 2 more. Henge is okay. But you can actually cut the Henge here. I think I cut the Henge on the play against a deck like this where I have to be faster. If it goes to a grind festival, I will not win this. I will definitely not win this. And we're gonna cut one of those. I mean, they're good, but... It's still the slowest card. It's something that gives us at least some card advantage, and it's good for fighting some cards, but I really need to have a fast hand here on the play. Well, that's a really bad hand. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah. This is kind of unfortunate. This is kind of unfortunate. If they have the Edgewall Innkeeper, this is obviously the wrong one, but what should I do? I mean, look at the situation. I had to mulligan everything down twice because Shuffler decided that we're gonna lose this matchup after just opponent having the nuts, but that's okay. We just try the next game and then maybe it gets better. That's just nothing to do. If they have the Bonecrusher, they have me. If not, this is better. I could also go for a 1-1 here, actually. You have the answer. I mean, you should have it, right? Since you... Berserk is really good to this game. I think actually doing this now is definitely better. I don't mind if they don't have it. I have to do it. If they drop Clover, it is what it is. But no, we have to go max damage now. We're already on a mulligan, so... Okay. They waited with the Clover patiently. I respect that. The most damage we can push out next turn. A 6/6, a 1/1, and a 5/5. So if they have the Beanstalk Giant, they can kill the 1/1. And I have 6 damage. And they maybe play Eddie for a blocker, but Gemrazer has Trample, so this is still fine. If they don't do anything, this looks clearly... Okay, 2 mana. Could be the bounce. Bounce is probably the best spell here. If they bounce, I get rid of the Clover though. So, that's at least something. If they have a giant killer here though, that's gonna be the nuts. Okay, that's the weakest turn. And they should have waited in my turn, because if I draw a 1/1, they lose. That works. Okay, we got this with a mulligan on 5, not having a single land on hand. A real land at least, so... Interesting. Interesting. This is too slow now. I go a little bit more grindy now. Maybe I could use the spider, but the spider is so awkward. But I don't like the landfall on the draw. Yeah, we keep this. Not happy, but well. I will do a 1/1 serpent here. So, okay, never mind. Them having Clover here, turn 2, would be really good, because that's a 3 out of 3. It's a good draw. Gonna attack first. So, this was the wrong land. But we're gonna play it. I could see them having a Bonecrusher. But yeah, I should have played this tapped. So this was not the way I wanted this to go. I should have played this land tapped and play 1/1 snake. At least we dodged the clover so far. Yeah, I'm getting punished now. Lovestruck Beast into Henge would have been beautiful. Okay, at least we have Primal Might. If they have Passage... Passage is the best card in the game. Hands down. There's not a single card that's as good as Passage right now. Landfall Passage is just ridiculous. Fills Graveyard for your Crokeyz is just the solo win condition for Omnath. If that's an escape, it's gonna be really bad. Really bad. That's the best case scenario. Literally best case scenario. Bounce Eddie is it's a good one. I'm still forced to use Lovestruck Beast here. So I didn't got a draw here, but well, if we can resolve Henge, I'm happy. They have 6 mana. Giant kill is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know, could be worse. We take the 4 damage here. That's good. Okay, they have nothing else. I take it. Eddie into Lovestruck Beast. I just don't think they have another one, right? They actually have another Bonecrusher? Impressive. They keep us from the Henge here. Well, we know they only have this. If this is a top deck, it is a top deck, right? We cannot change that fact. They can deploy creatures here, so they can go Giant Killer Beast. Which is good. Lucky Clover. Okay. Well, the Lucky Clover is not so dangerous right now. Drawing a land here is best draw. Take a lot of damage next turn if I don't play a 1/1. So I just hope they draw land here. Maybe I still find a land from this. Not finding the lands here is really heavy, but if they top deck a Fae on Escape, having Lucky Clover once there is kind of sad, but I have to go for it. Don't. Well, that's actually the. It's still a good card. Okay, take 4. I'm still hoping to draw land. Why don't I draw lands? Land. Dude, how? All we need is a land. It's not that hard. Well, Okay, they at least got a land, and it's just a big creature. But still. Yikes. It's ridiculous, but we have to deal with it. Well, you have to block smart. It's not a land. That's the wrong land. It's the wrong land. How can we not find the red source here? Like, it's just all we needed. Okay. They cannot tap here, which is good for us. Well, that is clearly like the worst draw. While I'm getting punished here for not making it 3-3, but I have to say this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I block both, obviously. You still can have a great turn. Well, let's say an okay turn. That's bad. It's kinda ridiculous, I have to say. Our draws are just absolute stupid, because they force bad blocks each turn now. They tap my Gemrazer, and I have to block the Ember Shieldbreaker, the Omnath. So, we need a really good turn next turn, otherwise we just lose. Okay. So, I would give this game a lose out of shuffle. Good old lose out of shuffle. It's the only reason why we lost this. I mean, surely could have made different decisions, but literally trying it 4 times in a row and not doing well, and drawing all the Embercleaves is not helping. I need to kill this one. They tapped us, right? A block, a block, a block. Could actually try another Gemrazer here. Then there's 3 attacks that I cannot stop. This is also a problem because they draw a card. Actually go for this one. I mean, they can top deck whatever they want, but I have good blocks, and if they decide to go for flyers, I still have an answer. But this way I survive. If they didn't draw a Bonecrusher here, can you just draw a land once? Just a land. A land, please. We need to stabilize here. Here they will go for bad attacks. The tap is so awkward. But drawing 2 cards is huge. Really huge. Now I think it's almost impossible to get out of this. I really need them to make bad trades and not top decking anything. That's the way we get out of this. So they top decked another Eddie, by the way. They didn't draw land or anything. Like, no. It's an Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm not sure about the Giant Killer tap there though, but they should have played this first and then used this. Because now they are in the situation where it's kind of awkward. That's a good one. So we need to deal with a card. Maybe it's too late to do that. So, I want to kill the other Eddie here. I mean, Omnath is dangerous as well, but at this point, to be honest, doesn't matter. Okay, kind of stabilized. Double reach is good. Get a bit of the card draw going away there. So we need to dodge Escape and Fey. That's what we need to dodge. We have a good amount of creatures on the board. Fling, huh? Well, Fling is a problem. Not lethal though. Yet. How do we deal with Fling? I mean, we get 2 life. We go on 8. Okay, that's the best situation as well. Okay. That Fling is not good. And we don't have lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They need 1 mana to actually double spell. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played this first and this was cheaper and I could play this. That haunts me now. If I attack with 2. If I attack with those 2, they tap 1. I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 left. And that's the power. Then I'm dead to fling. So I cannot attack. Yeah, it was a mistake not having Vivian here. If they draw the land, I survive with 1. Okay. Can I have another one? At least I get out of range here. It's ridiculous. Can they actually do it now? Is it 10? Oh my god, actually it is 10, right? It's ridiculous. How in the world? They always have the card. I don't... Well, I don't have to think. My bad, sorry guys. I should not think about lines here. This was an unlucky game and I managed to really go far. But the trick is just not think against Clover because they always have it. Let's try another one. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna keep this, but with hesitation. I'm gonna keep this because I'm on the draw. I don't like this too much on the draw though, but I have a removal spell and I have oozes. So if they die, it's at least okay. It's a landfally hand. If they have the Cobra, we have an answer with Bonecrusher. And this one works with Gemrazer. Robber. That's an interesting one. This elemental is... What? I'm confused. Here's white, right? Okay. Well, that's fine. We destroy it. But I'm definitely a little bit confused there about the entire thing going on. I would have loved that land. Maybe I should have went for the... Yeah, I should have went for the... Should have went for red. I have no idea what opponent is playing here, by the way. Punishes me now. Here we go. It's a double landfall. 6 damage. Do we think they actually... I could see this being a control deck. I will not play anything here. Honestly, I have no idea. I was scared of Shadow or something. That's why I didn't play the Ooze. But I have no idea what's going on. What the hell are they playing? Okay, counter. Okay, so Ooze at least resolves, which is nice. We still have a Mammoth as a land for our elementals. Definitely is really good. Okay, we won game 1. I have no idea what this is, so boarding... boarding gonna be tricky. Okay. They play counters. Some sort of tempo. I mean, we saw mill and flyers. So, first instinct, chain web. They have a bit of a control deck. First instinct, Vivian. We're gonna remove some of the landfalls on the draw. I'm gonna play Ooze instead of a landfall because there could be some sort of rogue tribal in it, right? I mean, we saw blue rogues with some mill, a lot of counters. Well, it's actually it's like a mix of like 3 decks, so hard for me to say what it is. Yeah, turn 1, turn 2, turn 1. It's nice. It's a party deck. It's a party deck. Who the hell could have thought about this one? Okay, at least we kill it. Well, that's even better. Well, this is called a top deck. 2 for 1-ing. I mean, not 2 for 1-ing since they drew a card, but still. This is a top deck. Robber, okay. And another flyer. No attack. So we have Bonecrusher with Primal Might next turn. Class Casket. It's fine. I think Vivian was a good choice. That's a lot of Fabled Passages. Definitely playing the 4-3 here. Vivian has to stick, so now we are at a position where we have to think, do we want to play Vivian or just does it just get countered? Now that's the problem here. We're gonna get for green, we're actually working on this now. We will not play Vivian, we're just gonna attack. And turn. If this is a race and stays like this, we win. I know they have counters, so we just do nothing. We also have 2 Primal Mights, sorry. Ooh, almost dodged. Okay, they still have mana for counters. Just gonna attack first. Keep the race up. And then we're actually gonna play a 2-2 Serpent. It plays around their counter and it has reach. So Lofty Denial doesn't work here. There's no target I really want to deal with right now. Glass Casket. Okay, so now they don't have a counter, which means Vivian is really nice now. If they don't have a blue card, obviously. They realize that we raised them. So we just go in, we don't care about the 1-1 block. So now we have reach every turn. We also have a Gemrazer here, which is really nice. I honestly think I'm gonna trade this before they get the extra draw. Yep. Having a Planeswalk and creature and someone has only 3 mana is basically GG. Can also get back my Lovestruck Beast. Which is a 5/5 that attacks next turn, since we have a 1/1 here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, opponent was Gruul, and we drew really well, so guess this happened. Well, hopefully you liked the games. Well, that was a game. The last one was a bit short, I know, but the second one was really intense against Omnath Adventures. I think I could have played it a bit better. There were some lines that were really risky, and I took those. Didn't pay off. Overall, I like the deck. If I would give this deck a rating, I think it's actually tier 1.5, if not tier 1. It's really fast. It has a lot of tools. I like the Gruul right now. Sideboard was also nice. We didn't have to use everything, but I think it was overall good decisions the way we went with. And yeah, if you like this type of video, please subscribe, leave a comment, or just check me out on Twitch, Danytlaw. So, and yeah, here or here, there would be another video. See you all next time.